and throw them outside, and probably have something growing out there too. It's a good idea. That's what they're doing here.
Sprouting.
Well, we're sprouting and then also gardening, putting veggies and herbs and
Nice.
more stuff like that to grow out there. And all right, so let's do screen share. All right, so we saved the American Revolution. Oh shit, I saved the wrong thing because I had changed the date till now. Anyway.
Hey.
Okay, you know what? Let me try to join that one. Let me try to join maybe the group.
Hey, Linda Rangavali, how you doing? I need to write you later too, see how you're doing. It's probably hard out there, man. It's crazy for everybody right now, I imagine, especially retailers. Oh my God! Like, so your friends, their store closed?
I'm trying to find your live. Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
Is everybody out, or where is everybody?
There was some people there, and then they left.
No, I mean in your house. It's so
No,
quiet.
they're around. I think they left. They might be around it. Hari came back early. It's only a matter of time before he's done.
He's working?
Yeah. I was driving, but it's like there's literally nothing out there to do. I'm gonna return the car soon, I think.
Oh damn. Oh look, maybe it's working. I don't hear you through the phone though, just FYI.
Oh really?
Maybe I have it on low. No, I have it on full volume.
Hello? Can you hear me?
No, now I do.
Okay, yeah, now
I'm gonna have to lower the volume on something. So, okay, I'm gonna lower it here because I'm assuming that it still can.
Yeah, the other thing is
hear me.
Yeah. Because I could hear you talking on the thing actually.
So we're calling this the first of quarantine kata.
Yes, quarantine kata. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, the cool thing about this is probably gonna get quite a few people watching.
Yeah, and if you guys want to join it too, you can. If you want to go live with us and share something, we might as well get into the idea of doing something like this ongoingly,
Yeah, no, I'm seriously, hey man, back to Corey, man. How's it going? Seriously, bro. Like, I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing kata like regularly now. Like, this is gonna be my prime directive. This and astrology. I'm gonna do daily update just on the Tithi Nakshatra, all that business. We can do that on Johnny Shunny, I think. Just live video, just talk. And then do Hari Kata, and then we can do this where we talk about astrological stuff. Just fun stuff too. Talk about fun astrological stuff too, like something about the nakshatra animals that I just noticed because I've been talking to some kritikas lately, and I when it comes down to it, I realized I think that the nakshatra animals you have the same taste in certain things, and that's why there's certain enjoyments. You just have certain taste compatibilities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just something that I noticed, but I need to do some more research on that. But it's just a few subtle things. It's a lot more subtle, I think, than people think or realize.
What are you seeing on my screen now on the Zoom?
I'm seeing March 19th, 2020.
You still see the Jagannath Hora. I'm just wondering because I'm doing a search now to.
Yeah, I'm doing the Jagannath Hora.
Okay, you said till 2039.
Yeah.
Pluto's gonna be in
Capricorn.
Okay, so let's go to 2039 and see. Okay, so we see on March 19th of 2039 that Pluto is like 0 degrees Aquarius. So somewhere in the beginning of March, it switches. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Like March 10th. Shit, man. 19 years. That's no joke.
Oh, hey, he gave his birth data.
Cool.
Back to Corey Singleton. It's on the live feed.
What is that? What do you want to know?
November 1st, 1978 at 5:14 p.m. Well, we're not. I guess we could do some chart. I could do a chart for you in the future. I don't know if you really want all your luggage on
I mean, if people want us to do live charts, there's astrologers that do it. It hasn't been something that.
Well, where were you born, man? We got to know where you were born, or else it's a little bit of a moot point. So just let us know where you're born.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that, but yeah, for some reason on my side I don't see that.
Oh, you don't see that he put the chat?
No, but maybe because you're the host, even though I'm in it, you're the host. So who knows? Facebook lets you see what they want you to see or something like that. So yeah, so these sunflower seeds, I put them to soak yesterday.
Oh, sunflower seeds are good.
And I just rinsed it out now. And so this is fresh water. And then a little bit later, I will drain out the water and then probably make like a sauce with it, like a dressing. So put nutritional yeast and coconut oil.
See, I missed that.
Just do it.
I will. The nut dressings and all that.
Coconut oil and spices, and if you have any fresh herbs.
Yeah, I've been using the everyday now, and they all love it.
The masalas?
Yeah, I've been using the masala every day now, and they love it. It's just just had to get used to eating it. Like there's like, oh, I just put it into stuff.
I made a really amazing one now, even better because it has all the mushroom powders in it. Oh my God, you don't even know.
Har Har Mahadev.
Now the masala that I'm about to make another one, but I'm gonna tell you all the mushrooms that it has in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are hearing that. Like she's gonna be making some she's gonna be making some masalas with like medicinal mushrooms and then like the typical herbs and stuff just to like help with the immune system. Okay, so you want to put his dad okay, he gave us his birth information.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to say that the next masala blend, the mushrooms that are going to go into it is going to be the mix that I have here, which is cordyceps, excuse me, lion's mane, chaga, maitake, shiitake, red reishi, and agoricon. So these are all mushrooms that cost like $25 to $50 a pound, just FYI, or more, So it's extremely high quality, extremely superfood, beneficial, and with all the other herbs and everything in it. And I'm gonna do one with hemp in it too, so people get that adaptogenic effect as well. And also an adapter chai with that mix in it. So that'll all be available in the next couple days.
Right. So according to this, March 10th, 2039 or something like that. That's when it's gonna move.
Yeah. Now I zeroed it back out to today.
And then it's still gonna be another whatever years that it's gonna be in Aquarius. So that's another Saturn one. So
it's a sad day for the sentimentalists, Sorry.
It's a sad day for the sentimentalists. Saturn, this is the reign of Saturn.
It's done, like seriously.
The idealists, the should-haves have lost.
Yeah, we gotta find another way to proceed forward, or I don't know, wish to be born in another time. I don't know what to say to those people. I mean, we all got that in us, I'm not trying to say that I'm detached or beyond it, necessarily.
Oh, is there some volume problem? I think he's saying, can you hear me? Or maybe it's just, okay.
What doesn't he hear?
What is it that you don't hear? Maybe it's just that, can you hear me good? Can you hear me good? Maybe it's just the recording or the audio on the computer isn't coming in good.
Yeah, ask what he can't hear. Because I have the volume turned all the way down on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So
here, you want to put in his data?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, November 1st. 1978.
Okay.
At 5:14 p.m. in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay. What's his name?
Corey. It's Dr. Corey Singleton is what he goes by on Facebook.
All right.
Can you hear me at all? Can you hear me now? Maybe.
Who's telling you that they can't hear you?
Dr. Corey.
He can't hear. Can you ask him specifically if it's you or me that he can't hear, or what?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you cannot hear me, or can you not hear Sudevi, or like what's the? Oh, okay. He says it's better now.
Okay. So, can he see the screen? Oh no, nobody can see the screen. So the only way people can see the screen is like this, to whatever degree that
right
is working.
Well, my phone's on low battery.
Oh, I'm not on anymore. I'm not in your video anymore. Okay, I'm gonna restart that. So they couldn't hear me because my video was off. Now my video's on. So Dr. Corey wants us to look at his chart here for the benefit of. Huh?
No, I'm good.
All right. Let us know if you guys can hear us okay.
Yeah. So I think you can hear us now.
So
but I can show the computer screen here.
Yeah, so
this is his chart.
And what does he want to know?
What do you want to know? It says he can hear us both. What do you want to know? I mean, there's a lot to be said with just looking at a chart. So if there's something that you want to know, oh, that's funny. That's not surprising, actually, what I'm seeing there.
What did he say?
Oh no, I mean just looking at his chart.
What does he want to know?
What we want to know? What do you want to know? If you want to know your chart, you gotta want to know something. I can't just like do a random thing. I mean, you have exalted Jupiter, which is good. It's helpful, more helpful, you know, Venus, Sun. He's a very artistic person. That's what I can see with this. Very idealistic too.
Right.
He's very idealistic. Oh, I can't explain it all.
He got on here to.
This, you're a very artistic person. Oh, his spiritual path. Okay, that's better. So, you know, looking at your chart, yeah, I mean, Moon and Sun, yeah, Mars in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, Saturn in Leo. Yeah. So, you know, looking at your chart, it's learning to harmonize. You know, I mean, you can add something if you want to, Sudevi, but a lot of this is learning to harmonize your internal, like there's a part of you, with Aries rising, you want to be a leader. It's important for you to go forward, you know, and with the sun being, and the thing is, okay, your internal self, your sense of identity, it's very important for you to learn to unabashedly embrace who you are and put that forward without being too considerate of what other people think. That's definitely something that I can see here, because that Aries is rising is like your destiny. But when you have the sun and the moon, and especially, well, at least he's got, you know, the moon in Vishaka, which is not as bad as a Swati, but you know, the thing is still, it's very important. Which sun and Swati? Yeah, that's the weakest position. It's very important for you to not be necessarily too swayed by what other people tell you to do. Like, it's important for you to find your own voice and to put your own voice. Like, if you're already doing that, that's good. You kind of have that, embrace that. Like, be yourself. Like, don't let what other people dictate to you determine the life path that you're going to follow. That's really important for you in this particular chart. Like, that's where the whole crux of your life mission, and especially when it comes to love. Like, be yourself, love yourself, let yourself shine as you are, and let the people that love you as you are come to you. Don't try and give yourself to anybody else. Don't try and be, I mean, don't try and erase your identity to be in love with somebody else. Let them love you for who you are. But that's really important, especially with the moon, Venus, sun being Libra like that. I mean, what do you think? There's that whole focus on the seventh house like that.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of like jumping out at me right now. I mean, you have a really strong. Okay, oh, that's awesome. He's saying that Krishna took that away so he doesn't worry about what others think. Like, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Like, that.
I mean, it doesn't. I see that as important, and I also see that you probably have a hard time harmonizing with other people because of it too, because of all that, you know, idealism.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. I mean, everything that I told you is 100% true, but the other thing, and this is important as well, is like here. Oh. Okay. So you see this? It is important for you to find your identity, but at the same time, learning to harmonize with other people is a real important thing. Like, your job is not to tell people what to do as much as to set an example to people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be saying you must do like this.
Yeah, you gotta also live and let live, you know.
Yeah,
hold your
live and let live.
ideals.
It's
Hold your
very
ideals.
important for you. Yeah, okay, go on, Sudevi.
Like to hold your ideals and, you know, live your life the way you want to live it, also considering other people, also understanding that not everybody is going to come to the same conclusion as you are. And, you know, with Venus retrograde there, obviously that's a karmic, it's a big theme in his life, because Venus retrograde gives that like while everybody else wants to do one thing, he wants to do something else, kind of thing. And you know, especially in Vishaka, which is the nakshatra of obsession, so he can become very fixed on how things should be and how, you know, feel like has to be like that, that's it, you know, and then everybody else is like not on the same page.
Right.
So can you ask him if that's accurate?
Yeah, he said yes. Plus Mars and Scorpio. Exalted Jupiter is good. So you got exalted Jupiter, which is a pretty good thing. But yeah, Saturn. Now I gotta warn you, you know, when you got Saturn in Leo, sometimes I've seen it. Well, at least it's not with K2, but sometimes Saturn Leo can turn people into like a little bit of megalomaniacs occasionally.
What do you mean?
Okay, he says, at this point, I'm obsessed with Krishna, but I understand that not everyone is ready for him. I suppose that's a good thing.
All right.
That's a good way to direct your energy.
Right.
That's a really good way to direct your energy. Like, cause this can be a chart. Like, yeah, can be a chart. If you can, this person can be a kind of a lot. Well, okay, a lot of times gurus have Saturn and Leo for some reason. And sometimes the gurus that become very, a lot of gurus that become very influential have Saturn and Leo. And I don't exactly know how that pans out, but it just happens.
Well, anti-authority, you know, it's like the whenever Saturn is coming together with Leo, whenever Saturn Sun combination, either Saturn and Leo or the other way around, Sun in Capricorn or Aquarius, or that plus Saturn opposite the Sun or Saturn conjunct the Sun, it brings up that like anti-authority. And then plus it's strong in his chart. The fifth house is the strongest planet. You see it, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Stuck of Virgo. So all of them, no matter what transits his fifth house, it's
6, 5, 7.
Decent to highly functional.
Yep.
So
anything goes in Leo, it's good.
yeah, there's definitely teaching capacity. Does he teach?
Are you a teacher? We want to know if you're a teacher, because that's something that you can do, like, especially with the Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Leo, then all those planets in the 7th. It's very possible for him to influence people.
William?
Oh man, we're up to 8 people. He says he feels the sun's presence very closely.
No. William.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Moon is Atmakarka. Yeah, you're a highly spiritual person. I can definitely say that. I mean, look, the moon is the Atmakarka. What do you think about moon Atmakarka people?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen, it's like the more like nourishing than Venus, because it's the other feminine Atmakaraka.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're more like the, should I say, like motherly side of feminine energy, where Venus is more like about the path and healing, but keeping it going kind of thing. So Moon like wants to like hunker down and like help people on like the very basic ways. I guess it's kind of like a queen, also kind of like motherly energy there.
Krishna. So he says that Krishna has placed him in that position as a teacher, naturally. And he says people seem to search him out.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I think even Sam Jeppy has Moon in Vishaka and Libra. I mean, they got a lot of force in them. They might as well use it for something good,
Yeah.
So it's the natural thing.
Right. Oh yeah, he's another. Well, he's got Ketu in Pisces, but aside from that, all the planets just go up to Scorpio.
Right.
So that's a good like person
for the people.
Yeah.
For the public, his whole kind of karma is like serving the public. So from a wholesome home place, right? 4th through 8th house is occupied to the 8th house here. So for the people, the underground stuff for the people.
Yeah. Yeah, with that Rahu Ketu, I think you were I think, and especially with that moon, tell me if this makes sense to you. I think in another life you may have been a renunciate, like maybe an impersonalist renunciate. He got really far, but he kind of was like too intense with people because he didn't have the bhakti. And so the thing is, in this life, like the bhakti is really important, and that's why all that stuff is sitting there. Like, because that K2, like with that K2 in the 12th, like that in Pisces, like that's where he was. He was into that, like, he had that universal vision, but like he didn't get the personal interaction thing down.
Yeah. So it could be kind of like, and it was in Purva Bhadra. So there might be some tendency to revert back to some kind of like I don't know what's the word. Gyani.
Yeah.
Brainy kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like as a default, or like when things don't like really work out, or when one becomes like disheartened.
Mm-hmm.
Factory blemished. There's somebody showing me a factory blemished Berkey water filter that they're selling on eBay. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, is that gonna even work?
I don't know, bro.
So
Do you still see me? Because it's like having like connection issues on my end.
Yeah, my phone went dead because it ran out of battery.
Oh.
I didn't realize it. So I'm just charging it right now. We can talk about. That's fun though. I like doing those live.
All right, so I'll go live on Mahabharat because then.
Yeah, you're an admin there, so you can do it.
At least that way, you know, we can have that going. Let's see, how do we do it live?
It's just in the top.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Let me take a little break actually, so I can tend to something right here. 1 second. Yeah. Sí, claro. Eso es para todos. Nada es mío. Okay. Okay, let me go live on this thing. All right, there we go. All right, well, it's live on Mahabharat. Let's see if people come back.
Okay. Now I'm watching. My phone's back, but it's got like no battery.
Well, it's you can just keep it charged and just join it just so that people see it on your end, no?
Yeah.
It might like increase the activity, like visibility.
Yep.
Who knows how these
I'm
things
gonna share it.
work in life.
I'll do a watch party.
I'm talking about joining it the way I joined yours.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't see you. I see you watching it. I don't see that you joined it.
How do you join it?
The way I joined yours. Like somewhere there, video, that one of the options there is that.
Oh, I can turn my camera on.
That is what I'm talking about. That's how you join it, by turning on the camera. You see? I don't see you yet though. You did it?
Yeah. I didn't see it if you were doing it.
You didn't see that I was in it?
Nope.
Technology, smechnology. So
Okay, that's cool.
whack. Well, let's see if okay, so maybe he'll come back. We spent a lot of time on his
Yeah,
chart,
and he said peace and blessings. I see you both.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Why don't I see him? I don't see him. Maybe you only can see your own friends or something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
All right. So what else?
Yeah, we spent some time on this chart. Let's do something else. I hope Dr. Corey, I hope you really liked it.
Hope you got something out of it.
Yeah.
And all right, so what are we looking at?
Okay. So we were talking about, so we can talk maybe a little bit about, you know, this is a major transit of Pluto in Capricorn, how that's going to affect people. We talked about the, you know, how it's going to affect society, and the way I think it's going to affect society is just more pragmatic and more down to earth and more, you know, in the here and the now, and less of like how things are supposed to be kind of situation. The idealism, like that whole spectrum of idealism, it lasted, like, it's very funny, but when Pluto was transversing through Virgo, Libra, Leo, all those places, that's when we had like the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s, and all that. And that's when all that kind of stuff was happening. And I find that interesting. And then we have Pluto going into the, you know, the last sphere of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's going into Capricorn, it's going into Aquarius, it's going to go into Pisces. So that's going to be like a 50-year period maybe, where we're going to see a more maybe pragmatic, practical, down-to-earth approach to life that's going to come to replace that. And I think that's kind of like the cycle. And then like what we see 50, 60 years, that's going to be. But then like if we see before that, like when Pluto was in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, we had a lot of wars, like the 1860s all the way until like the 1940s was that sphere, right?
Right.
And so that's that period of those 4 signs is about 80 years. And we see a lot of wars. We see the Civil War, we see World War I, we see World War II, we see all that.
Between Aries and Cancer?
Between Aries and Cancer.
Which is the Rajasic.
Yeah.
The first 4 are Rajasic. Or in the mode of passion.
Yeah.
In the mode of, you know, passion, which includes aggression, and it also includes new life and excitement and all of that.
Exactly. New life. Life and death, right? So that, you know, all that Rajasic stuff was the first section. So that we see, it's very funny to see like the how Pluto really lines up with history. And so, but before that, and what we're looking at is between the 1760s to 1860s or whatever, 1770s to the 1860s. That's your Capricorn era. Capricorn, Aquarius. There's a lot of scientific discovery that actually happened at that time period that most people don't recognize. Like they invented the train, they invented the air balloon, they discovered electricity. All that stuff happened in that time period. That was laid a lot of foundation for a lot of the world.
That's when Pluto was in what?
Capricorn.
The last
Aquarius.
time? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had the American Revolution, they had the French Revolution, they had revolutions all over Europe. But really what it was is people wanted rights. People basically just were like, we don't want aristocracies anymore. Like that's not practical. And a lot of the cool all the classical music came out that time period too. So maybe music will become good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all the classical music came out during the period when Pluto was in Capricorn and Aquarius.
It's interesting because, you know, it's like what I'm getting from that is that like right now, like astrologers, even astrologers, which speak of regular people, are largely confused about Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Those signs. And for most of our lifetimes, it's been, you know, Pluto kind of, it's like, well, what I'm getting from that is like Pluto sets the tone of like what's normal.
Right.
So like we've been in all this kind of social awareness, you know, with for the last several decades, with, like you said, Pluto being from like Virgo, right, Leo, Virgo till Sag,
Scorpio. Yeah, till Sag.
the middle three, which are tamasic, in general speaking. It's such an anti-extroverted way of seeing. You know what I mean? Like that would be like the tamasic thing, you know, because it's like all of those signs are so like extroverted.
Right. Well, that's the way the rishis see it. So.
I mean, and it's kind of obvious because, like, you know, saying like, oh, we're gonna get more practical in Capricorn and Aquarius. You know, now that it's in Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, which for like a lot of people, like, that must sound crazy, you know, because they don't even begin to understand those signs and like that level of maturity.
Right.
You know, of course, even us people that have a lot of stuff there, it's so opposite to what the social norms are that we can't even fully accept that about ourselves. You know,
it's gonna be the new norm.
Right, the new norm is gonna change.
The new norm is gonna change, and all this happening now is the thing that's gonna cause it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could see a real increase in practical technologies, like and social order change. Like this is what happened last time, and I really think that we're gearing up for that now.
Right.
People are gonna, you know, we have all this funky technology, but like it's people are gonna be inventing. It's gonna be. I think we're gonna democratize technology in the next 80 years.
Well, already this thing is showing us that, well, let's see, it hasn't showed us yet, but I hear a lot of people saying, have your own power source, have your own energy sources, so let's see how far this thing goes.
I think people are going to make their own social networks too. I think the imperial things, just like how we had a French Revolution and all the kings, like the American Revolution, French Revolution, the British had their own little thing. They didn't kill their monarchs, but they put a parliament instead of a king. Like everybody did something to change things at that time period to various degrees. And I really think that what we're going to see in the future is these great social networks, these great governmental overarching things are going to start to disintegrate, and people are going to create their own networks. It's going to be.
The Republicans will be happy to hear that. So will the libertarians.
It's the way the world's going to go.
I mean,
it's the way that the world's going to go. This is what Capricorn means. Like
considering how bad the DNC and Bernie are making themselves look right now, it's not hard to believe. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Democrats. Give me a fucking break. That's bullshit already. Like
I know.
Seriously. And you know me, I'm done with this. Like, just so you know, like I, you know, for whoever's listening or whatever, like I was not political before this. I got into Andrew Yang. I got excited about the things that he was proposing. I followed him for a year, and then he came out in support of Biden. And then I like kept like some shred of, let's see what Tulsi does. And then what does she do today? Came out in support of Biden. So like they, you know, if they're not
That's the only problem with her whole loyal service spiel.
Well, let's say
when you're too much of a servant, you don't have free will, and so she just went. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's say, so that would be the least of like that. That would still keep her in that she's like even like a real person, and that they're not just all acting to begin with because.
Oh right. I mean, she could have just all. You know, your theory that they just did that so that they could take down Bernie and let the
Okay,
whatever.
time out. Okay. Okay. Bueno, have fun out there. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Your theory that they may have just done this to try and take the vote away from Bernie or something or whatever. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, Bernie. I never trusted Bernie from the get-go.
So it's not like because I think Bernie is necessarily. Hold on, time out. Price, yeah. Huh? Yeah, but you're gonna find out, right?
Well, I'm gonna go and see that from
Yeah.
a friend of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what do you want me to?
I mean, I just gotta give him a price because it's not me that's gonna get it.
Yeah, no, I know, but if so, what do you want? Because I'll probably do this and that's it.
But don't get nothing that you don't want to. I mean, the guy, anyway, it takes a little logistics. I mean, I know he does want it, but like don't get something that I know we would have to work that out. So I would say don't get it unless, like, don't get more than you would want to be,
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't want to guarantee. Yeah, because right now he's at work. He's not gonna answer me. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay. I just know that.
Okay.
All right. Bueno. Okay. This is real life, y'all.
Yes.
Making arrangements. There's no time to waste. We're not trying to be professional here. Look at me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's about, we got to get stuff in order.
Yeah. No, it's the truth.
We're showing up as we are to be here for you as you are.
Exactly. No, this is the way.
Yeah. So, what were we saying?
Oh, about not necessarily Bernie, something. Not say.
Oh yeah. So okay. So you know what? Let's take a pause. Let me take a pause. I may relocate this because it's getting a little busy in this area.
Sure.
So let's take a pause. Go drink something, refresh, and we'll start another one. That way it won't be too long anyway.
Exactly. No, very good idea.
Maybe you can get the other two uploading.
Yeah, I will.
Right? Okay, awesome. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you for being with us. We'll talk to you soon. Radhe Radhe.